show more of our identity, more efforts, and that third quarter, our activity level is extremely high defensively. And it's 2 games in a row now we're holding teams, under their average, by double digits. And in this day and age, it is not easy to do that. No matter who you're playing, there's so many offensive players and offensive teams that spread you out and everything. It just takes a great deal of commitment to be able to hold teams down. And, it was a little bit of an uneven offensive game. I thought we had some really makeable shots in that fourth quarter. We weren't able to knock those down, but I like the process of that. The third quarter, we were able to put both sides of the floor together, and that was probably our best stretch there. But the resolve and that commitment on that side, on the defensive side of the floor, that's progress in my mind.
When Jimmy's as aggressive as he was, especially in that first half, how much does it open things up for other guys and also this change?
Yeah, it allows us to control the game better, particularly when you're on the road. It doesn't really matter, but home or away, but definitely, you'd like to do it both home and away. But if you're able to control the game and get into the bonus on the road, that certainly helps. We were able to set our defense, so many times from that, and different guys were able to, get to the free throw line because we were in the bonus. I think early, pretty much in every quarter, and that was a result of Jimmy's aggressiveness. Our paint attacks in the first half were great. It was one of our more aggressive games, and we missed a lot of shots like inside the circle, but the aggressiveness was there. And then the defense in the second half, in particular, you put that together and it ends up being a pretty physical game, on both sides of the floor, and we'll definitely take that.
Speaking of aggression, Terry, maybe not from the field, but from the line, and he got there, and he's helped settle things. I think he finished 11-11 from the line. How much was his attacking and aggressive approach helpful?
Yeah, that unit in the third quarter really broke the game open on both sides of the floor. They were really disruptive defensively, and then he has an ability to play off the ball, on the ball, to get to the basket. He could draw some fouls, create something, out of really not a whole lot. So it was Jimmy, him, K-Love, Jaime, and I believe Jay Rich, for part of that period of time. That group, had a really good flow, and you can see the possibilities with Terry. He's a guy that, to a fault, he wants to fit in, he wants to complement. Once he gets comfortable, these are the shots that he's made a name for, over the course of his career, and in particular the last 2 or 3 years.
I know it's not about scheme, but the zones and how much you're stabilize certain things, especially when you put up so many points.
Yeah, it'll differ game to game, where we need to adjust our schemes. It's really about the activity level, making it tough on other teams, getting them out of their comfort zone. Today or tonight, that ended up being a little bit of the zone. We were able to extend it full court a little bit more and take them a little bit out of their normal attacks and three-point shooting. You don't want to look at their record, because this is a team that's really dangerous, and now really the last 4 games before this, they've had some different kind of life to them, and they can be really ignitable. So regardless of whether the scheme, what the scheme is going to be, you would have to make some big time multiple efforts.
You have a challenging 6-game stretch before the All-Star break, starting with the Clippers on Sunday. You also have games coming up against the Magic, against the Celtics, continuing Milwaukee, Philadelphia. Where your team's positioned right now, maybe regaining his footing a little with these last 2 games, how do you feel about the final 6 going into that All-Star?
Can't play them all on Sunday, but I know our guys are looking forward to the competition. The Clippers, I think, are the hottest team in the league. Right now, it's in our house. We had some good, decent stretches in LA, but then they really took control in that second half, and it's better to be facing them with a little bit of a momentum, going into it. Our guys are competitors, so it should be a fun night.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, man, come on.
talking about Terry's fit, how long do you think it would take for him to find his role? Like, he's been struggling from the field, but how much longer do you think it would take for him to just figure out what his role
Hey,
is?
as long as he's contributing and winning. The last 2 games, he's really contributed to the win, and it'll take whatever it takes for him to get, his full offensive rhythm. But in the meantime, impact the game, impact the win, and that's what he's doing. All right, thank you.